Hello, and welcome back to Therapist Plays Disco Elysium. I got mixed feelings about today's episode because we do move forward with the case, finally. We may know more about who actually committed the crime, but this may also mean it's going to be our last interaction with Klaasje, at least for the time being. Now that we've got some more information, it's time to ask her some more pointed questions about what she knows about the murder in Martinez. And from our own character's perspective, she represents this kind of archetype of unfinished business with romantic trauma that our character seems to be carrying around. So there's a lot going on in this discussion. And I will say also from a gameplay perspective, this encounter with Klaasje is one of the hardest, I'm gonna call it a boss battle, that I've ever had to do in one of these games. Like I said, mixed feelings, some high highs, some low lows, so let's get into it. Okay, it's time to go talk to Titus Hardy. And see if we can't get see if we can't squeeze him for some more information. Okay, how do we make our way back there, actually? Let's see. I do think that there is more to explore in this area. Let's go explore that little box. It's cash. There's just money to be found. In the world, in general, I guess. There's more to explore in this area, for sure. Like, we haven't been up to the church and everything. We'll come back. There's a bunch of stuff I want to do here. Looks like there's some sort of payphone. We'll return to that. Dead phone. Yeah. Oh, we can fast travel. Okay. I don't need to figure it out. I don't think I've ever fast traveled in this game. But yeah, I wanna see if we can squeeze some more droplets of truth out of old Titus here. Now that we have some skills to invest. Okay. Let's do it. It's time for a battle of wits.
What is it?
Yeah, it's me. I like I like how much of a show he makes to really do that. Convince him he's being manipulated. Okay. Need points in rhetoric. Actually, did we collect any items that could have given us some more rhetoric? Let's see if that's the case. What do we got? Any rhetoric enhancing apparel? Logic? No. We got things that could lose. We could put a bum hat on and we could lose rhetoric. I feel like the sunglasses will make us cooler, but probably not improve our chances with him. Do we have anything that is taking away our rhetoric? No. Okay. It seems like we're pretty much fully maxed on rhetoric for the moment. I guess there's nothing left to do but to blast a point into it. We'll just blast it up. Just like that. Okay. Titus.
It's you again. What is it?
Yeah, it's me. If I fail to check this time, I'm gonna fucking lose it. 83. 83%. Come on, man.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated.
There we go.
Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. Titus will never falter.
That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim. I kind of want to see what happens if we click that.
Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Kill you because they don't like you.
All because of some chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
Ooh, we're
The
instigating.
man's fists under the table are balled. You can tell from his neck and shoulders. He means it.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
Oh, I love this, Kim playing along. They just hang you, like in the Dark Ages. Make a display of your corpse. They club you from behind, string you up, and go back to drinking. It's cool, guys. You drag them out back, light their corpses on fire, and piss on them. You don't care? Yeah, let's go with that. Let's challenge. So we have tried appealing to authority, and now it's time to appeal to emotion. The pathos of these characters. You don't care.
We didn't light him on fire. No one pissed on him either.
That's it. That's
Ooh,
the
yeah. I told you we're gonna squeeze him.
Now go in for the...
Squeeze him.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Fat Angus. He's the weak one. He's the soft lemon waiting to be squeezed. Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? Let's look at Kim first.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster.
Hands on the holster.
Imperceptible nod.
This is it, guys. This is fucking it.
What? What does that mean?
Oh, come on, rhetoric. Don't you know what that means? It means we're about to get Oh, shit, I don't have a gun.
Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Come on, Angus. You gonna kill me for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Oh, he was dead before you hanged him.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
This is getting intense. I'm gonna squeeze you dry, Angus.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus?
Goddamn, Elizabeth.
Pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Jesus. That's brutal.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
After a long walk along the coast. Is a weird amount of emphasis on that. Maybe we can meet her there or something?
What just happened between these two?
That is an interesting question, suggestion.
You're in. He's all yours.
And we're in!
Questions.
It's time for the fucking squeezing of a lifetime. Let's whisper to Kim. We did it.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
We're best friends now. This is peak Calvin and Hobbes detective work. We're synchronized. We're cohesive. Because we have fought and struggled for understanding of one another. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead.
He nods.
Holy shit. Why would you be covering that up?
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
It's a good question, Kim.
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Oh, wait a second. Is Klaasje involved in the murder?
Girls plural. There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What really happened Sunday night?
Klaasje came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How'd you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
Shut up, Shanky.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. And there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking.
This is what we really needed rhetoric for, to chime in with such astute observations.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
Okay, if Klaasje didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
Yeah, I told you she's not what she seems. She had special training for something shady.
Oh, you meant that kind of training, like a spy. Maybe. The kind of people who are after her. I guess she'd have to be.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
Is that so?
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Interesting. I mean, I don't necessarily know if I can say I endorse the decision making here, but I guess you got to give it to someone for having clear values, even if those values lead them astray. So who killed the merc then? And the leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
Especially when you're impeding this investigation and from me solving the case, you're arrested. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Okay. So whoever's responsible for the murder may not even be someone we've met yet. Because I've been sitting here thinking, well, we know who did it. It was these motherfuckers. Why are we still investigating it? But it looks like the case is on.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klaasje. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
Maybe the merc wasn't relevant at all.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past
I
too?
do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
Some infighting, maybe?
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
Yeah, well, we're only doing this fucking dance because you misled me for so long. Whose idea was it to hang him?
In a manner of speaking.
hers?
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Why are you protecting this other person? Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Who is this girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing eighth Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus.
We're Hardy Boys. And that's it.
No girls allowed. Got it. Sure, but can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location, blood type, eye color?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klaasje you want to talk.
I don't want to talk to Klaasje ever again in my life. It's too traumatizing. I'm sorry I made you guys fight.
Me too.
Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her. For the last time, that's right.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
Fucking shivers.
She, Klaasje, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
Still, after all this headache,
But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away.
that's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
Okay, Titus.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Very suave, Lieutenant. Okay. Things just got a lot more interesting. Come back to our friend here. Remember there was a dialogue check that we couldn't pass. But it's time to go talk to Klaasje. And I'm going to put my tear bag away. I don't want her to know anything about me. I don't want her to be able to detect anything. Because I don't trust her anymore. We're going to come back to the ledger as well. There's a bunch of stuff that we have to return to. But this is a loose end that I want to see if we can tie up a little bit first with the case. Okay. Oh, we can check out the window.
this window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your finger across the surface of the glass.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect
window
the surface.
Has recently been replaced. I think that we couldn't see this before. It must have been a visual calculus thing.
Looks like it, yes.
You know which window has not been recently replaced?
What is this, guilt now?
Whatever it is, it's messing with your concentration.
Stop distracting him! He has work to do! Plus, if I recall, the window has been giving him shit ever since he got here!
I'm giving it one more chance. I'm giving it one more chance.
Stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
That's what she said, yes.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
Where is this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Kim, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
How old do I look?
How old? 58.
What? That's really old. Really?
You asked.
What if you're wrong? We were both wrong about the deceased. He turned out to be 40.
42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that. Yeah. The ravages of Al Ghul are nearly as extreme as that of death itself, Kitsuragi. Yeah, you're right. I'm probably 62.
I didn't say 62. I said 58.
Shit.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Dude, my visual calculus is barely coherent. It's only got a bonus because I've got glasses on. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the
To
truth.
the laboratorium.
Date of birth generator. Okay. What is this? Your face looks like it's 58 and your body looks like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? Okay, I think we're going to internalize that because I kind of want to know where that's going. It has a lot to do with, like, identity deconstruction and reconstruction. So what can we forget? I mean, we don't really need this. This is like a bunch of stuff that we're not really that invested in raising to 6. Some kind of superstar. Yeah, we're not being a superstar anymore. Let's forget that. And internalize this. It doesn't cost us anything. It's not hurting us in any way. Okay. What do we got here? Busted railing. Suspicious.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Red check. Hand-eye coordination. Shit. Well, I guess we're gonna try it. Fuck it. 58%.
The wind brushes
Shit.
off the roof.
Damn it!
They're gone.
We missed the chance. All right, I gotta prepare for this. I gotta prepare. What do I need to do? Volition's down. Volition's the only one who helped me. I gotta mag it up. Okay. Do I have any more? Can I go buy this? Where do I buy this shit? Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can buy some mag real quick. I feel like I'm preparing for a boss battle. That's so terrible. I feel like I like reached a boss that fucked me up so completely that I'm like, I have to go like do some side quests before I come back and try to finish this boss encounter. And now I've reached my skill cap, my hard skill cap, and the only thing that's missing is like just my personal skill, which is far less tenable than stat checks. I gotta mag something. I gotta get mag in me desperately, deeply. Homie may be able to help me. Does you have any mag? Wait, what is this? Speed? That's gonna hurt our morale. I guess we don't want that.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Oh, that's right. You have to just select stuff. Okay, I don't actually think he has anything for me.
Martinez streetlight sits among assorted.
No.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets.
No. Okay. Maybe Fritta Girl. Fritta Girl will naturally raise my morale for other reasons because she gives me hope and optimism for the world. But let's see if she has any mag for me. I need 2 doses of mag to defeat Klaasje. 3 T's. How idiomatic. Roses in the window. Those aren't the flowers that were left for Klaasje. Okay, so we did get something out of that. What do we got here?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low
Get a
shelf
raincoat.
beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
I mean, having a coat that says Fritta on the back would be pretty cool. I could be out there representing Fritta.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Please, Fritta. Fritta girl.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste.
And magnesium!
Meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Jeez, dude, she's gonna be the CEO of a pharmaceutical company someday. I just know it. She's gonna change the world. I will take that bottle of magnesium, please.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Literally saving the day. I'll take 2.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Look at that. She's so kind. Blast off. We're fully magged. I'll just buy another one. Just.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste.
Do you get commission, dear Fritta girl? Is there any way I can help your economic situation? Is there anything I can do to help you? Maybe I'll buy all the magnesium in the world if I have to. Alright, we can turn in our tear as well.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. Do you know what you should do with that?
No. Not listening to that. Okay. Alright, Fritta girl. You're a star in this infinite abyss. Oh, it's 6 p.m. Okay, we gotta get up there. We gotta get up there. We gotta get to Klaasje. It's time for the boss battle. I feel so intimidated. I don't know if I'm ready, guys. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm gonna put the tear bag away. What should I have in my hand? Should I have a crowbar? I mean, I could have the cigarettes. Do I need intelligence in this conversation? I legitimately feel like I'm preparing for like a raid boss. Okay, like what stats do I want to max up first? What do we got? Encyclopedia? Probably not necessary. We can take off the Dick Mullen hat. Let's volition. We need as much volition as we can possibly get. So we're gonna pop that suit of armor on. Our empathy is down, which will protect us from getting dissuaded by her again. Conceptualization, maybe. Don't need that. Reaction speed, extra chemistry. Probably could use some composure. We'll pop on the snake skins. Where do those go? Perception could be useful too, though. Composure. This is like what I did before a Dark Souls boss, where I'm like, okay, what does this stat do? To not crack. To not crack in front of other people. Yeah, let's keep our composure up. I'm so scared of her. Perception, though. How is our perception? It's not great. Take in what other people don't notice. Takes in the finer details. I can't arrest what I can't see. This might end in an arrest. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna go with composure. Well, what does savoir-faire give me? Where is that one? The sneak. It used to be disco. It's the king of cool. The most stylish douchebag in Revachol. It's our stealth, like our coolness. I don't know. It's composure more. This gives me a +1 flat bonus to perception with no drawbacks. The Franco-Nigerian cavalry. Maybe that's what I need. Conceptualization? What does that do? That's so bad. See the art in the world? I feel like that's not necessary for this, maybe? Makes us go big? Yeah, probably not, right? +1 to empathy, -1 to logic. This is tough. Deduce the world. I feel like we need some logic. Solve even the most complicated puzzle, like the female perspective. Susceptible to intellectual flattery. For those blinded by their own brilliance, often miss important clues. With low levels, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest of puzzles. Shit! This is tough. Ah, man, we need our empathy. We're at -1 to empathy. We need to work our mirror neurons. We need to be able to understand. Drama. This is important. Drama's the one that didn't catch her last time. Oh yeah, we're ready for the boss battle now. 2 to drama. Oh, okay, so I can take the stupid tie off, at least for this conversation. Fucking, now we're blasting off on drama. Well, I guess if we don't have another hat, then we can just keep this one on. What do we got in our gloves? Electrochemistry, half-light. Half-light might be good. Can tell us that we're in danger. I think this is as good as we can get. Logic. If I do -1 to perception, I've got +1 in perception, so it would at least even it out. What is logic? That's the intellectual one. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm looking fly. I'm feeling fucking... I'm feeling good. I'm magged up. Our self-esteem is in a decent place. We're less vulnerable to the threats of anxiety. Okay. This is it. This is the big one. This is time. It's time.
It's always good to see you.
Ah, she's disarming me.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened, Klaasje.
I understand.
She puts her coffee mug on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You lied to us, miss. I feel like this is the one that cuts the deepest.
I didn't lie. Not a lot. I've done my absolute best not to. I just...
Come on. She lied through her teeth, and you know it.
Yeah, and we were hurt by it.
It was a mistake. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two, then move on to questions. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your...
Shit, I don't know. What am I supposed to listen to?
Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
God damn it. Wait a second. Did I fuck this up? Was giving extra points to skills that are compromised in the presence of Klaasje a good idea? I've made them more powerful. They're more susceptible to her whims.
Let the mist speak. She's tall and thin and tired. A twig trying so hard not to break.
The real boss battle was the one in my fucking head. Jesus.
Why did you waste our time then?
Okay, sensible, grounded Kim chiming in. Bring us back to reality, Kim. I need to get out of my head.
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
Oh no, now Authority wants to jump in. The Hardy Boys are not the law, we are. That's not a good enough reason. Let's go with that.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again.
And the moral intern's the one she's...
Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Oh, we're gonna have a choice here. Interesting.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
She's just the master of compromising people.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
Get her, Kim.
The job was Lewsdoen County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewskop conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
Try me.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
Why, Klaasje?
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lewskop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Yeah, you've destroyed what people have built. I mean, I personally don't care about these companies, but that's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
She shakes her head at the thought.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do? This is a part of the case.
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
Well, if our character was a therapist and not a cop, I would have a better answer, but I don't either is probably the relatable one here.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
How do you deal with anything? Well, we've kind of covered that subject in lots of different angles. One perspective that I think would be pretty helpful for Klaasje specifically is Gestalt therapy, which I'm not sure if I've brought up before. I'll get into that after we run through some of these dialogue options. What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see.
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
Jeez, that's fucking dramatic.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
It's better not to mention that. Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
It's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
Let's just let her keep going. A lot of people's natural instinct is to sympathize. I'm sorry this happened to you. But actually, what's more important is that we just hold the space for her to experience this emotion. I've probably said it before. I kind of forget because this series has been going on for so long, but like sympathizing is more like directing the conversation from my emotion. I'm sorry this happened to you. Like, it's taking the focus off of her and onto me that I'm sorry. That's actually not what she needs right now. Let's just let her continue.
She looks down with a wince. Her cigarette has singed her fingers. She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Probably afterwards. Titus said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Yep.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
As much as like I'm trying to be defiant of electrochemistry's motives for the roleplay of my character trying to like recover from substance abuse, its voice is so well delivered and at the best times. Like, it tries to hijack moments like this and not it doesn't just go like crazy impulsive for no reason. The impulses are relapse of opportunity. It's when we're turning in the tear that it says, you know what you should do with that money? Or it's like a moment like this where electrochemistry like bides its time and waits for the moment where our character would be the most vulnerable to that impulse. It doesn't just come at him while he's sitting on a bench thinking about nothing, and it doesn't interject in every conversation. It waits for those opportunities. It's just brilliant the way they've done it, because that's a lot of people's experience with relapse is their relapses of opportunity.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No,
What did you do then?
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Why didn't you run away from here? Why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
So she's consigned to her fate. What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full.
Who's the other woman that Titus mentioned?
Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
Wait, what?
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys?
The Hardy Boys.
No way! I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's where they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
She's the squeezer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Oh, this is interesting.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Case closed.
Does she also party with Ruby, however?
Do you party with Ruby?
No.
Still, there is something there. She won't tell you now.
Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, but I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
We're blind as a bat.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
It's kind of awkward that we're that we're wearing his armor under our dragon kimono. I hope she can't see that. I hope she doesn't bring attention to that.
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something.
This
So I
Ruby.
did.
Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Shit. Make Titus give up Ruby's location. Oh, we gotta squeeze Titus more.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
This is great. I feel like the progression of our character has gone from absolutely dog shit tier detective to like now we're actually able to put things together. Like there's a whole other playthrough in a different reality where I'm sure many of you have played it this way, where you start off with a lot of like these skills. But I've been so intrigued by like them basically being useless and them sort of like coming online as a consequence of them being like, I need them for this specific thing. And like, I'm like learning to be a detective on the job rather than like having innate skills in it. It's just been fascinating the way the game has reacted to that, like to that initial choice. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot? I guess if I'm following the trajectory, yeah, we would have to go to the coast. Maybe it's like, can I see the map? Okay. So, maybe from the church or somewhere over here. There's a bunch of people with rifles there, which we haven't visited this yet. Maybe it's from up here or something. Could also have been from this angle. Maybe this, whatever this is. Okay, what did you hear gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
Did you kill Lely? That's kind of an irrelevant question. He got shot. Right? Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
If that was the case, why is she's standing like directly in the line of sight of that same shooter? Unless she wants to be shot.
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Either way, something to consider.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Yeah. Why'd you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth.
I don't think so. She's clearly not stupid. Why'd you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
We'll come back to this line of dialogue.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear
3 days, Kuno.
thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
Fucking Kuno. It was at it for 3 days. How did you not get bored of that?
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
Thanks, drama.
Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then?
I don't know what to believe. Who made the call?
Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
Is this all a lie as well? Did you kill Lily? Let's press her.
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this.
I don't know. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I thought it gave me the wrong voice line again. I don't know why you would do that. It doesn't make sense to me, but you've lied to me before.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs.
Again, it takes the opportunity.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out. Obviously, just stabs in the dark.
I love that the voices also have their own relationships. Downstairs, people have this crazy idea that you killed him.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now of you, the downstairs people, all of it.
It's okay if you did it in self-defense.
I did not kill him to defend myself. I told you before, that wasn't what happened.
Desires drive people loco.
She simply shakes her head.
Drugs were an integral part of your relationship. Perhaps they contributed to its end?
What does that mean?
I don't even know.
Drugs make you aggressive?
There you go. There you go, Kim.
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought Ravishal would be more enlightened about this. Especially since you've taken them yourself.
Hey! I am not the one being interrogated. Who has the flashlight?
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Do not... This is manipulative. She is trying to get Kim against me.
It's not one of respect. You may want to add a clever retort to this one.
Oh, she's good. She's fucking good. Now she's put me in the fucking hot seat with my partner. I swear to God. Clever retort. I do drugs to keep working, cleaning up this shit you've created here. That seems a bit gauche. You may want to add a clever retort. Can I just say clever? Let's go with this one. I do drugs to keep working, cleaning up this shit you've created here.
I'm sorry. I withdraw what I said. I didn't mean to judge anyone.
There we go. We're back on the top. Okay, I'd like you to answer some other questions, miss.
Like what?
She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor, over your face. When was the window changed? Point to it.
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs.
We're gonna have to talk to Tibbs.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom, inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. He's thinking, are we done here?
Are we?
Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody.
Oh, jeez.
No, that won't be necessary.
Oh, jeez.
Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality.
This is the boss battle.
This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Drama. Get out of your fucking bullshit. Manipulating your skill set. The love that did him in. Lied about making the call. Discussed a secret route. I swear, if I can't pass this, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Who?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and willow wisps.
There we go.
She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in a web of lies.
A web of lies! I've been spun up!
Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction.
Okay.
Ask
Gotta be.
questions first.
I gotta be composed. I've been spun up in a web of lies and deceit.
Yes. Start at the top. Choose at the bottom. It's how we've always done it. No rush.
Does this mean they're all uncompromised or just drama?
See?
Devil woman. We'll start at the top. Choose at the bottom. Yeah, let's go with this one. You know, I think you didn't make the call to the station.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies.
Put on a strong act, Klaasje. I don't buy it. You see, I blasted myself full of magnesium before this conversation. Just so that I could pass the skill checks that came my way.
There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
Lies! It isn't lies! These are links in the chain. They're corners of your web of lies.
That is the emergencies desk number.
Shut up! Shut up, you!
Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
Yeah.
What time did you make the call?
There we go. There we go. Okay, we're a little too unstable to sort this out ourselves. We need Kim. I can't believe she tried to manipulate us into being in conflict. That was a good but dirty move.
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
Oh, how convenient you don't know the time.
It checks out.
Anyone could know the number, and that someone coughed. It means nothing.
But I know the time of the call, too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you, officers. But I am now.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
If she's so angry then, if she's so sorry.
I know you didn't make the call.
I did.
Her little fists tremble. We'll come back to that as well.
Very good, sire. She will never admit to it, but we can see that she didn't.
Your real name isn't Klaasje Amando.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Her voice cracks suddenly like there's a garrote around her neck. All out of lies now?
Okay. Yes. It's not.
She's cornered.
It's not my name.
Good. You can tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied.
Lies! Yeah, you are a devil woman.
I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
Okay. This is a pause on roleplay crazed Eurobrady and back to normal Brady. I will talk about Klaasje from a more empathetic point of view of like, yeah, clearly she's going through a lot of stuff, a lot of stress, and the kinds of decisions she would make when her own thoughts are compromised and under that kind of threat. Like it makes sense why she would be so dishonest. And what would I do to help her in this crisis situation? Because this is a crisis for her. It's life or death. At least she feels like it is, which is relevant, whether it's true or not. And like I mentioned before, I would use some kind of Gestalt methodology, which I'll talk about. But now is not the time for that. Now it's time for me to continue my roleplay where I am fucking pissed off at her. Tell me your real name.
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so. Finally we meet Katarzyna.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
It's good prose. You're probably not even Miss Aranya 37, are you?
I am.
Bullshit.
Never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying.
Yeah! Yeah! Get him, drama. Enough!
She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
I'm tempted to say this because of the backstory we have. This is a big moment for Harry, who has a kind of confirmation bias, meaning he has a deeply held belief already that women cannot be trusted, that emotionally he cannot make himself available to women because of what the power they hold then, right? That seems to be his angle on this, his trauma related to that. We still have more of that information to uncover. But a confirmation bias like that, now he's on the look for it. He's scanning for that to confirm this bias that he has, that all women are like this, or whatever it is he's feeling. Or at least those that pretend to be interested in him. I think his better nature wants to believe that they are not all inherently like that. Obviously, other female characters have appealed to us in more rational ways, like the Washerwoman and Fritta Girl, and I would say even Joyce in some respects. But she is the archetype that's called to mind related to Harry's specific issue with women. His codependency on them and his fear of being emotionally available. If nothing else, I kind of just want to see what this leads to.
What?
What? I mean, fair. Her nails tap on the steel railing, the sound of cold metal ringing under the wind.
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say, devil woman.
Ooh, that cut deep. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What if I told you you're under arrest?
But I haven't done anything illegal.
You lied. To a cop?
Failure to aid a police investigation.
That's right.
She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case.
That's also right.
Fucking mind games. Enough.
Yeah.
That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
This is amazing. The escalation of this. This fits so perfectly with our roleplay. I don't know how they crafted such a perfectly paced narrative that I know this is like a choice-heavy game and all. Like, the dialogue options could lead to so many things. Lots of people who've been watching this series say that they've like played the game 6 times and there's dialogue that they haven't seen yet coming up in this playthrough. But the deception in the game design is so good by way of like, I feel like this story was written for my one character and that there's like no other way to go about it. Like, that's how good it is. That this is just one of many alternative ways this could go, but it feels like every just choice we've been making, it's like perfectly tuned to that. Failure to aid a police officer. You've wasted our time in a time-critical investigation. You misinterpreted information about the case. Without the Hardy's confession, we had known nothing. Who knew what I'd be siding with the Hardy boys? You're a suspect in a murder investigation. You're a flight risk. That's all the reason I need. You're not playing these mind games with me anymore. Wag your finger next to your head. You're coming in. Industrial and espionage. We uphold international law here in the zone of control. I feel like this is the most, this will appeal most to what Kim would also appeal to, probably. You've wasted our time. Or, oh, not misinterpreted, misrepresented. I mean, that's probably even more tangible. Suspect in a murder. Yeah, that's fair too. These are all pretty good. What did Kim say? Grounds for detention. I feel like this is the most extreme one, and the one we would get away with the most, probably. She is a flight risk. Let's go for it.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Ice cold. What's gonna happen?
Please, no.
Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I think I know who did it. I know who shot Leslie. You know it wasn't me. Why would I do it? I have no motive.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I just don't believe you.
She knows something.
What do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for
Oh,
certainty.
dude, if she gets shot...
In a hushed voice, she says...
Is she gonna get shot? Are we being watched right now?
Gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ruby.
Oh, shit. Wait, what? Why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
What she's saying is... sex?
Sex?
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship.
You spin up anyone you come across in your web of lies.
When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
This is the definition of a parataxic distortion. It's a parataxic fucking distortion. Which is expectations you start to build up about someone that are purely based on fantasy and do not update with new information. This typically happens in very toxic relationships. People develop these ideas about who you are and what you mean to them and what they mean to you and what your life could be like and whatever. But and that's pretty normal. We all do that. But what's not normal is when you start to get to know that person and their goals are clarified, do you update your perspective? Or do you look at them as being misrepresenting themselves or changing in some paradoxical way? That's the distorted thought process. These notions about their relationship. It's a parataxic distortion. It's what it is. It's a classic parataxic distortion.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Well, gee, Klaasje, you weren't half in, half out, hot, cold. Maybe so many people wouldn't get spun up in your little webs.
Yes, but what was their relationship outside this unequal power dynamic?
What was your relationship like before this conflict? That's a good question.
We spent a lot of time together, listening to the radio and such. She had great milieus, and she was good company. I was sorry it had to end.
What was that question about? She's feeding her friend to the wolves here. It also has startlingly little to do with arresting her, you suddenly realize.
That's a good point, Volition. You gotta snap out of it. This is just sensationalism and guesses.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before.
This is bullshit.
But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
What? That's just speculation.
That is a little strange. People don't usually keep things together under stress like that.
Was Ruby threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be, to keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
She looks through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Oh, we're going to arrest her. It doesn't matter at this point. She's getting arrested. How could she have killed him?
You said there was a secret route there, right?
Yes.
She could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
That's...
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
I'm pretty sure you're compromised.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got weird.
Okay, that's it for Ruby.
Okay, and what?
And now we arrest her.
Arrest the liar now. Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there. Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful.
Oh, come on. Authority is... Well, I guess it's not surprising that it's horny. That's all good, but I think we should still take you in, just in case.
Still?
That's right.
After all this, sir, please. It's a shitty world, and I know I'm shitty too. I know.
Her hand turns into a fist, slowly crushing the cigarette she's holding. The thing is, she may be a risk to herself in this state, or a risk to, like, if Ruby's the type of person who's watching her and has suspicions, if what she's saying checks out, and Ruby's watching her, and the Titus Hardy boys are there as well, like, and she's the one listening in on things, and she discovers that Klaasje said any of this, she's in danger. It makes sense to arrest her for her own safety.
But I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into paste just because I disturbed the sanctity of accounting. That's some multinational...
She's gearing up for a last stand.
What do you deserve then?
I don't know. To spend my days with smoke, drink and dance, wallowing in shit.
That's a sound...
Everyone else.
It's a sound argument, but you're also impeding our investigation, and you're just causing a negative ripple effect. It'd be one thing if you were just self-destructing and that was it, but there's clear impact on from your choices on other people that is harming them. It's time to face the music. I've made my choice.
She looks at you in silence, her face filled with fear, lips parted.
What is a station call? We're gonna arrest her. Kim's already got the handcuffs out. Sorry, Klaasje. But it's what I have to do.
I will escort you to the motor carriage outside, miss.
With a muffled whimper, she extends her wrists. They're white, bony, exposed below the rolled-up sleeves of her jumpsuit.
Here's the thing. She doesn't know what's going to happen to her. Her ideas about what it will mean to be arrested, they are in some ways also like distorted thoughts, because like she's in a compromised mental state as well. Like the trauma that she's been through, been on lots of narcotics. She's extremely stressed. Like these all tell a pretty intense picture of like, even with a regular amount of anxiety, it's probably heightened up to an extreme degree. I don't know what's going to happen to her when she gets arrested, but I think she may be catastrophizing a bit and trying to make that seem like it's our problem, basically. Like let it get us to buy into the catastrophe, that if she gets arrested, they're going to kill her. We don't know that.
Waiting for your teeth and talons to cut into.
This won't be necessary. I will take you to Station 57 myself and slow the extradition process as much as I can.
See? Kim's got her back. We're gonna do this the right way.
It may be possible to stall it indefinitely, but you will be safer there for the purposes of this investigation.
I agree.
I can do this on my own. She's not an immediate flight risk. See you tomorrow morning, officer. Downstairs at the Whirling in Rags. Or outside your shack.
Wow. Okay.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all.
I was right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
What is communism in this? I did the right thing. I know I did.
Feels good, doesn't it? Doing the right thing.
It killed him.
No. Communism killed him. Remember? Love made it possible. You know this much.
What is communism in this?
You do not know. A wind of needles. Airships flutter in the stratosphere.
How do I know all of this then?
Who knows? It's getting cold out. You should go.
I don't miss Klaasje. She's a complex character, and our feelings about her are equally complex. Let's finish the thought. We did it! We passed the fucking boss battle. What an intense scene, man. Wow. There was a lot going on there. This is already quite a long episode, so I think I am going to pause it here, but I will address the things I wanted to say about that whole exchange. About the Gestalt therapy and all that sort of stuff, because it's really interesting. I was paying a lot of attention to her expressions, because that's part of Gestalt therapy. It's kind of a confrontational therapeutic style about bringing heightened awareness to our micro expressions and also the emotions underlying them. And there's an interesting technique that can draw that sort of stuff out. So I'll talk a little bit about that next time, perhaps. But yeah, what a fascinating exchange this was. I feel like I've just overcome an extremely difficult challenge. Just navigating that, keeping it consistent with the role play, doing the right thing, and making sure we didn't harm ourselves in the process. What a fucking game this is. That was more intense than any boss battle in an action game that I've ever played. Until next time.